Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. Today, mostly talking about Ripple and XRP, and if that's something that you're interested in, make sure you press that like button as we have a couple of juicy and cool pieces of news. Having said that, I think there's a couple of different pieces. We have lawsuit related news, we have Charles Hoskinson related news for XRP, we have Brad Garlinghouse interview. Let's just start with the most important, which is the price, and then work our way off this list. The price is not doing so good today. We're actually down 7%. And for all of you that do not follow my Bitcoin or general market updates, the XRP price is down right now because, well, I'd say because the market is down. And the reason that things are doing extra bad right now is because the US inflation numbers just came out to a number that was higher than the majority of people expected. You can see here the actual inflation rate is 8.2%, where the expectation was 8.2 as well, which caused Bitcoin to basically pump and dump, resulting in a lot of other coins to not do so well either. And then again, before that, the crypto prices were already not doing too good. And I think that's very often before these major interest or inflation rate decisions, things just are negatively impacted. All the while, XRP/Ripple did have a nice announcement in the lawsuit. By the way, I shaved my beard and mustache. It's the first time in a long time. I think like a year and a half or so that I've done that. It's strange. I-Remit, which is one of the companies that tried to enter into this lawsuit that basically said they've been using XRP for a while, has formally filed its amicus brief in support of Ripple defendant's motion for summary judgment. Matt Hamilton came in to say, an interesting side of all these amicus brief filings, it certainly gives some nice proof to those fudders who ask for proof that companies actually use XRP. Wrath of Kahneman said likewise, it dismisses the notion Ripple is paying every company to use ODL. So if you're wondering, this brief is basically the company I-Remit explaining why and how they're utilizing XRP to mostly benefit Ripple in the lawsuit. There's actually one individual here, Sherry, who pointed out a couple of different reasons she was pretty bullish on this new filing because, well, take a look at their reasons for utilizing XRP. I-Remit does not use XRP because of any expectation of profit. Rather, they're a customer of Ripple's ODL product. And first, ODL has the ability to transfer funds almost instantaneously. Traditional finance institutions can take 3 to 5 days to settle it and have some holidays and whatnot, but XRP is running on the ledger, can support more than 1,500 transactions per second, and of course has no off days. Other crypto like Bitcoin and Ethereum take a lot longer, or rather can support a lot less TPS. Second, ODL is incredibly easy to use. While TradFi institutions would require customers to worry about cumbersome exchange fees, currency exchange fees, or other charging fees with each conversion from one fiat to another, ODL permits I-Remit's partners to promptly transfer value across borders with ease by converting fiat currencies obviously into XRP. And third and finally, ODL is secure and reliable, providing assurance to both senders and receivers. And honestly, this was a very important and very nice document to come out, even though the one from TabJets, again, is also going to be a pretty nice one, but I digress. Because it explains that people utilize XRP instead of just only buying it to make profit, only to speculate on Ripple's actions to make profit on it. And I think this is going to help on multiple different pieces. One, if we take a look at the Howey test, well, this is a pretty good competitive measure, but also from the expert witness side. If you guys remember, the expert witness from the SEC said, well, this is the reason that XRP holders are buying it. And he kind of failed to mention that there are major companies like this that literally buy it because it makes their transfer so good. Honestly, that was to me a very nice little piece to come out. And I can't say anything else except for I'm pretty excited for more of these things to come out. I mean, we've seen now the Chamber of Digital Commerce, potentially another woman, I don't know exactly what company she was for, TabJets and I-Remit to all, and of course John Dean, to all come up and say, hey, we want to add this to the lawsuit, we want to add that. We think this was unfair, we think that was unfair, all supporting Ripple. There might even be more parties showing up soon to say, hey, wait a minute, we actually want to prove our case as well. And it's going to be interesting to watch that. Obviously, the next big thing coming out in the lawsuit is the TabJets amicus brief, but it's going to be pretty similar. It's not going to have anything too crazy in there, except for just kind of backing it up. So it's going to be nice. All right, then something I don't want to spend too much time on, just quickly coming back on, is that Charles Hoskinson is getting a lot of hate from the XRP community for not really a good reason, if I am honest. Or let's say from my own perspective. I personally think Charles just got his wording a little bit messed up, or people are taking it in the wrong way. Did he say some stuff that I don't agree with? For sure, like most people in the world do. Who cares though? At the end of the day, he is for decentralization. He is for the furthernessment, whatever, of crypto. He thinks as well this lawsuit is mostly bogus. We're going to agree on that point. That's the most important to me. Is he part of the Ethereum conspiracy, or who cares? Who cares about that? He said the whole William Hinman situation is a little bit too far-fetched. Hey, if you don't believe it, you don't believe it. Who gives a crap? As long as he's supportive of this lawsuit from Ripple's side, and he is, and that's the most important part, I'd say. Especially if we're talking in terms of price. At the end of the day, if William Hinman or all those others get charged for fraud or whatever, right? Whatever that people are saying, I'm not sure that's going to greatly increase the XP price anyway. You might say, oh, but that's justice. Sure. Well, but that's going to be a very long process before we see some sort of resolution in that. So I'm going to say, don't hold your breath for that one. I'd say let's focus on the most important points at hand, which is XRP, you know? By the way, guys, if you're still watching this video, make sure you press that like button. Why not? We then have a little piece on Brad Garlinghouse, which I think was interesting. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse speaks on when the XRP/Ripple lawsuit would end. And honestly, I can take 10 minutes to describe all the different pieces of what he said to you guys, but here's the most important quote out of this entire interview. Federal judges work at their own pace. Optimistically, which is in this case also quite realistically, we're talking about 3 to 4 months. Pessimistically, it could be longer than that. As I said before, the majority of the lawyers that we've spoken to have put a schedule of right around the end of March as a end deadline, and most likely before that. Since we're right now in the 10th month of the year and the end of March is the 3rd month of the year, we have like a half a year window, with optimistically it being 3 months and pessimistically it being, let's say, 6 months, or if things really go wrong, you know, a little bit longer than that. But there's a very high probability we're going to get some sort of resolution with between now and 6 months. And guys, that's why I keep telling you why I'm buying such huge quantities of XRP. It's mostly for that reason. The reason, the fact that I might not have enough. And this might sound strange to you, but when you've been longer in crypto like I have, it's like, well, which crypto are you going to focus on right now for the next bull run? And I have a lot of different cryptos that diversify properly. There are so many different cryptos that I think are good. But which one are you going to focus on and put the majority of your money into? Either you do an even split, which is fine, but I've personally chosen that XRP I think has the best risk to reward ratio for me. And so for that reason, I decided to put the majority of my money in there. But since I make good money, that for some reason parts of it are in USDT, I still have the chance again to then buy more crypto. I can buy other things. You can buy homes, you can buy watches, whatever. But I think, you know, the one that's going to appreciate the most over, let's say, the next half year or so, with the highest probability of it actually happening for me is XRP. So that is why I'm buying like crazy. And honestly, that's why the price is appreciating right now, only because of me and because of my buying. Of course not. Many people are noticing, hey, it might be very smart to buy right now because the probability of them winning looks greater and the importance of them winning is becoming greater. Not necessarily the realization of the importance of Ripple becoming victorious is becoming greater, as we now have seen, I think Yuga Labs, the guys behind Bored Ape Yacht Club, the NFT collection, getting into some trouble, and all those 9 different cryptos being sued by the SEC, obviously, and so forth and so on. People are starting to notice this lawsuit has a lot is hanging on this specific lawsuit, and yeah, for that reason, I'm just buying like a madman. But that was it for today's video, guys. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe to the channel. And I'll definitely see you guys again in another crypto video later today. So yeah, if you have any questions, let them down below. I'll see you guys again in another one.